when I try to make the analogy when it comes down to the L mob, when back in the days where white people used to put black people in trees for unjust reasons, it was crazy. And then the people who watched them cheered it on. Yeah, 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 yeah. We calling people evil people and racist. Why are you cheering on a black man in the tree? That's insane. But then you fast forward now, what happened to Charlie Kirk? You have a bunch of liberal mob people, whites and blacks, cheering on the unaliving of Charlie Kirk over words. So you are no different than the people who you complained about in the past that share the same heart.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Bruh, how old are you, first of all, if you don't mind me asking?
I just said it. You didn't hear me say it?
No, sir, I didn't.
I'm 42. How old are you? How old are you?
Age doesn't make a difference. Now, I noticed you kept
No,
68.
no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you thought that I
You
probably
asked
was.
me how old am I? I said
How old are
68.
you? Huh? How old are you?
Okay, well, no, I'm not using age. I'm
No,
68.
you
I'm
asked my
68.
age.
I'm
That's
68.
you're 68. I can't hear you, bro. You asked me
Yeah.
my age, then say
Then
age.
you asked me my age.
And then you say age don't matter. You're already starting the conversation off on a bad foot, bro. You already
In
coming
your
on a bad
opinion,
thing.
in your opinion,
No, but how old? I can't hear what you say. How old are you, bro?
I'm 68.
All right,
68.
go ahead.
Okay, so you said it doesn't make sense. And I noticed you brought up white people that fought as abolitionists. But look what the end result of those abolitionists and Quakers that fought, because they morally, as human beings, were against the institution of slavery and the lynching system that was going on at that time. And they were lynched for aiding and abetting those people that once were property by those that held them as chattel slavery. So that's one point. Now, what you're missing, albeit a lot of it is opinion, because opinion is not a fact. You have to live the experience, and also you have to at least understand that the research regarding this subject of racism, white supremacy, is a well-known system. It's an architect and archetype created by people that classify themselves as white. I don't refer to so-called white people as white. I refer to those people that classify themselves as white, because race in of itself is a construct built on a system that inclusively disenfranchise people that are classified as non-white in economics, education, entertainment, politics, sex, war, religion, labor, and law. You may not know that. So I understand your attempt, which is a fair attempt and which is a very opinionated attempt, but you just may not be one of those people that understand racism, white supremacy. You're looking at it from a system in which we live in a utopia in a just world, or live in a system that renders out justice and
All right,
correctness, regardless of what race you are.
hold on. I'm gonna put. See, what you said live the experience. Was you a slave?
No, I lived under the system of segregation.
No, no, no,
And
no.
then again,
Hold on.
I just told you no.
No, hold
Chattel
on.
slavery,
No,
no.
hold on.
Chattel slavery, no.
That's my point. The point that I'm making to you is this, right? You don't have
Mhm.
to live the experience to be able to understand or speak on something, right? Just because you're older than me, don't mean that you just automatically just correct in the.
That's why I said age doesn't make a difference.
No,
That's why I said that.
no, but my point is, you asked the age, and I see what you was trying to do, and then you corrected yourself. That's the reason why I
No.
had to pull that part out, right?
Okay.
So
Hmm.
now you just now said that wasn't my conversation I was
Hmm.
having. That was a sidebar to the main conversation. Now I'm going to ask you the question: can black people be racist?
Individually, based on the prescript of the definition of racism, bigotry, and colorism, and all those things, yes, individually, yes, but we are collectively, as a people, or as a people, quote unquote, black, cannot. because there's nothing I can do. I can stand up on top of a mountain hill and curse the ground that so-called white people walk on, but that's not going to do anything to their economics, education, entertainment, politics, sex, war, religion. So yes, we can be those things, as we can be bigoted, we can be, we can act aggressively or improperly unjust toward people that are white, but we collectively cannot, as a group, take that understanding and belief, albeit ill or otherwise,
So by your
plug
logic,
that into a system to where it affects the so-called majority of white people in the Western Hemisphere or on the planet Earth. No,
so you're saying that black people can't be racist because of what again?
I said that black
Are you
people.
saying? Oh, make it clear. Are you saying because we the minority or something? That what you're
No, I'm
saying?
not a minority. I'm not a minority. People of color or copper color or people that are melanized have always been the majority on the planet Earth, and that's a misnomer. The
No, no,
trick.
no. Come on, USA, USA.
Well, if you look at the census, U.S. Census, there are a lot of people that are based on their phenotypical appearance in their genetic DNA string will be classified as people of color had they
No, sir.
not choose to be within
No,
proximity of whiteness.
no.
Uh,
I'm talking about blacks, black people. As black
well,
people, the minority. Are you saying we can't? We don't have
okay, let me
power
ask you
to
this
control
question.
people? I'm asking a question. I'm gonna clear it up first. Are you saying black people can't be racist because we don't have the power because of numbers in a country?
Well, first of all, we don't have numbers. We don't control the judicial system. We don't control the executive branch, the judicial branch, or the legislative branch. So we would have to be able to control all of those three major branches of the federal government and all
That's
the way
true.
down to the state legislature
That's not
and
true.
be able to write policy. Hold on, bro. Be able to write policies and push those policies in economics, education, entertainment, politics, sex, war, religion, labor, and law against a collective or the majority of the people that are white in America.
So watch
So,
this. Watch this. Can
uh-huh,
can Asians be racist
against white people,
against
no.
whites?
That's the reason why they dropped the atomic energy on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
No, I'm
No
saying
other country. Wait, hold on, listen, brother.
no, no,
No
no,
other.
you go
Hold
somewhere
on,
else.
brother. If we both going to have a dialogue,
No,
there is
no.
no,
I'm trying
there
to make
is
you go to
no
one
country.
section. 'Cause you going somewhere else. I'm saying, can Asians be racist in America?
Against who?
This racist, period.
No, there's no competitor to white racism,
I
and you
didn't.
know that.
I didn't. Oh my goodness.
There's no competitor, brother. There's no such evidence of white racism because if there was, listen carefully.
You're wrong, bro.
Yeah, okay, listen. If there was such thing as reverse racism, explain this to me. What is forward racism?
I never said reverse. I said racism.
Well, what other form of racism based on racial classification? Do you know what that means?
It's just racism.
Someone say no. If I classified myself as Martian, I would have other Martian have to have another Martian race and have them to be overwhelmingly in numbers to construct the system that subjugate humans on this planet.
No, and then you'll be alienist. You part of alienation or alienness. But that sounds
Yes.
this way. No, you'll be a Namekian.
Okay, I could take that. But again, there's no
I was
competitor.
joking, by the way, but my
Yeah,
whole
but
point
I
is
know
right.
you were. I know you were. I
No,
saw
but
your fringes. I saw your fringes on your hair wrap. I could tell. I could tell. And you have nerves to have fringes. I'll be damned. But anyway,
see,
back to the subject.
hold on, right? You see,
Huh?
you tried to attack my.
No, I just made a statement. You
No, no,
cracked
no,
the
no, no,
joke.
no, no,
I
hold
cracked
on.
the joke.
No,
You
hold
cracked the
on.
joke. I cracked the joke.
But I
That's a
question
joke.
myself. I get it. And what I'm saying is, although I got the living room beat set up, I get it.
Uh,
My point is, at the end of the day, you're still wrong.
okay,
But
but you haven't proven me wrong. You haven't given me
I'm
any.
all
What
right.
is the
No,
logical? Okay, listen. Just calm down.
no, you gotta calm down. I'm the host. I'm trying to talk to you. You keep cutting that. So your phone going off the hook because you know what I'm saying. Somebody, your wife calling you. Take your medicine.
No, no, my wife is at home. She's not calling me.
She
See, I
called
know
you,
that
bro.
was another joke.
Yeah, she called you. She said,
No, my
"Listen,
wife is here.
don't
My
go on
wife is here at
TikTok
home.
dressing them mother effers out up there, man. We know that you kind of see now." That's what she said to you on the phone.
No,
No, I'm playing.
no. See, that's a joke. I know it's a joke, but
No, but let me.
See, the thing that I like about you, and I never came across your lie, you have adolescent expressions in your face. So I know a lot of these concepts you're not aware of. I can tell you're not aware of a lot of it. You got a gold chain around your neck. You all fezzed out around your head, and you got a gold bracelet on. So I know that I can't really take you serious on it. But I understand that a lot of people on these
Yeah.
platforms are being funded by who their followers are, and they really can. I think they really approach these concepts and conversations with real uh, awareness and want to understand and get to the root of it. But they're just not qualified. They're just not qualified.
So watch this. So here's the problem, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
all due respect.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem what I had with old fake smart people.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I say is this: you're making up your you're making up your definitions as you go.
No,
And
they made them up.
no, you're making as you go. So my whole point is you're trying to say this is not compared to more than this part and this part and that part. No, I just asked a simple question. Can black people be racist? And then you went into
No,
individualize, but not the
no,
system, and
no,
try to go at
they
that.
cannot.
You did do
No,
that.
no, I'm saying no, they cannot. If to follow your prompt, no. And I tried to go into a
So
discussion
now let me explain to you.
demonstrate to you
Let
that
me explain to
that's a
now,
fact.
now let me explain to you how I'm gonna read it out loud first, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. I need you to answer this question. Racist, classified by showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people based on their membership in a particular racial ethnic group, typically one that is minority or marginalized. Now here's the
Hmm.
question. After I read that, um,
You know, you just
a
read a
white
prescriptive
person. That's definition.
definition.
That's definition.
No, but it's a prescriptive. It's not a descriptive. See, it gives you the definition,
It
but it gives
described
you
it in the definition. What are you
sir.
talking about? Now I'm going.
Mr.
No,
Webster
no,
gives
no,
you
no,
the
no. Who,
Mr. Webster gives you the definition. It's just like
bro?
I give you a box to make a cake, but I don't give you the ingredients or the steps in which to make that cake.
On the
So like
box. No, 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 no. I can't stand when y'all go down that route. Y'all tried. I swear to God, it gets me upset.
okay,
Hold on,
why do you
bro.
get God in
No,
it?
no, no.
God had nothing to do with it.
You're right. So I swear to you, brother, that I can't stand people who do shit like this. And what I mean by
You
this,
have a right to.
but hold on, bro, is that every time we accept definitions
Hmm.
in regular English conversation, like right now, we accept that it can be understand what the words mean in context. Because I don't say, hey, when you said that, it's prescriptive. No, I get what you're saying because the definition, word has a meaning to it. Only when it comes out to this word right here, somehow the people who believe black people can't be racist would try to discredit this one word only. And every time you go to Wikipedia, it explains it in more detail that I was correct. Everywhere else does this. So now, when it says showing prejudice, discrimination, that is showing you how it works. And if you do these things, it is racist. So now here
Okay,
is
but
the
what do you
actual
need to?
question.
But what do you need to enforce that collectively?
No, because here's the question.
Read it in context.
I am. I'm trying to ask you a question because I'm reading it. And I'm gonna break it down to you. If a white officer was to view me as a smug dealer because I got on this chain and pull me over and arrest me and say you must sell crack, is
Hmm.
that cop prejudice?
Hmm. You can have none of that on, and you can be assumed that.
No, I'm talking about, I'm giving a scenario. Is that cop prejudice?
Well, that is called racism to me, not prejudice. It's not a prescriptive thing that he's doing. He can look at you and have he can look at you and describe you or give the prescript that you're a smug dealer, a Hebrew Israelite, or whatever comes to his mind. Beyond that, based on that badge, he has authority to check you, violate your Fourth Amendment rights, and search your person, everything on your person and your property. And
All
see,
right.
I'm not sure who's
No,
funding a lot of you guys, or
no,
where your
hold on.
money's coming
Let me
from.
finish my other point.
Go
Now,
ahead.
if a black guy was to see a white person
Mm-hmm.
and say, this guy right here owns slaves and he's racist, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hiring a white guy because he's automatically racist, is that black guy prejudiced to that white guy?
No, and I've never experienced that in my life. I've never experienced that. I've seen them being pulled over and given speeding tickets, but I've never seen them snatched out of their cars and the hell beat out of them and unalive just
I
for
didn't say that.
asking the question. I've never seen that. There's
Bro,
no stories or records about that.
bro, there's tons of story of white people being attacked by black people because they're white. It's
No,
the,
you talking about peace
I
officers.
asked
You
you
didn't say
no,
nothing about black people.
no,
You said
asked,
peace
bro,
officers.
I asked you a question directly, and then your logic don't add up. I ask that question every time to see if you're consistent in your thinking, and you're not, which confirmed to me that you're a bias. Because
Well,
if
what?
you're saying the white,
Where?
I asked, no, bro, watch this. I asked a question. I said, is that cop prejudice? You went to automatic racist. Okay, I grant you that.
Yeah.
I asked you the prejudice again about the black guy, and you say he's not prejudiced. So my
Yes.
whole point is, you're right. He will be racist because that would be
No, I didn't say that. You
judgment
said
from.
that. You said he would be racist, the
I'm trying
black
to
officer.
explain to you by definition. I'm
Okay,
trying to
let's
explain to
square it
you.
up like this.
No, bro, you're not
I
listening. I'm trying to
no,
explain
we
to
have to do
you
this.
how
I
it's.
don't agree.
I'm
You're
trying
not
to
brother.
explain to you how the definition described it, and I'm giving you a scenario of how it describes it. So
So you believe based on the definition that is what racism, white supremacy is. That's what you're saying to me. Is that what you're saying to me?
white supremacy. I said racist.
Listen, I believe racism is white supremacy and white supremacy is racism. That you don't have to agree with that, brother.
No,
I'm not asking you to
wow.
agree with that.
This is
Sir,
wild. Bro.
I'm not asking you to agree with that. Even if you may date out your race or whatever, I don't agree. I don't agree with you. Just don't agree with that.
No, but see the problem, brother. Now, here's what it is, right?
I don't know who flag you're
No.
trying to, or banter, or positions you're trying to take. It might be
No.
to prove to white people that
No.
some black people love them. I'm not sure.
No, here's the problem with you, right? It's embarrassing that a 42-year-old man have more control with patience than a person that's 68. That's
Yeah.
supposed to be teaching me something.
I'm
but
not teaching you
instead,
nothing.
you're
I'm having a
supposed to
discussion
be
with you.
teaching me something.
No, I'm having a
No,
discussion.
but you keep interjecting and not hearing me out in context. That's the part that's annoying, brother.
But why do you use profanity, brother? Why you don't have the discipline to not use profanity?
The first of
I
all,
haven't used one word of profanity.
it don't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter now.
No, it don't matter
Oh,
because that doesn't do with the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're getting spanked. Now you're going somewhere else.
You're not qualified, brother. You're not qualified.
qualified.
I could see in some of the teeth that's missing in your mouth that you're not
Where?
qualified. I see the jury. I see you just okay. One of the motors
No.
on the
Brother. Look,
this is a joke. It's a joke, brother. Calm down. It's a joke. It's a joke.
No.
One of your upper bike.
Hold on. Cam up for a second. Let's have a face-to-face. Cam up. Because this is a grown 68-year-old man trying to tell me I'm immature when he is exhibiting immature behavior and senile views. Where is my teeth is missing? What are you talking about? It's insane to me. You're losing the argument and then you try to go somewhere else. Let's cam up. Let's have cam up man to man. Cam up. Crypt keeper, cram up. I don't understand these people. They're losing an argument that black people could be racist. So this old fella, this Yankee Doodle, tried to come up here and insult me versus the argument. So I'm gonna give you another chance, brother. Let's stick to the conversation, bro.
So you had to mute my mic to say that.
No, because you kept talking. So I'm asking you, can you cam up? Let's have a face to face. Cam up.
No, we don't need to do that.
Why
We
not?
don't need to do that.
Are you missing teeth? You're in that
No,
age where your teeth should be falling out.
no, but no, they're not. But you're reactionary. You're reaction. Are you a veteran?
Bro, let me explain how black people could be racist, bro. What are you talking about?
You haven't
Bro,
explained it. You haven't explained it.
I have. You keep interjecting me. That's why you keep not listening.
One word you omit from your argument is collective power to
No,
enforce those
that
ideas.
has nothing to do with definition. I'm gonna read it
Okay,
again.
okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
read
Go
it
ahead.
again. I'm gonna
Read
read it again. I'm gonna read it
it.
again.
Read it.
Classified by showing prejudice, discrimination, antagonism against a person or people based on their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is the minority or marginalized. Where did it say it have to be the collective?
When you said peoples, when it said peoples, that means that's not singular. That's plural. That's why I said peoples.
People, no, person or people. That means
If I said there's people over there, would I be pointing to one person? If I said, hey, bro, there's people over there on that hill, would you think that I'm pointing and
that don't
trying to
mean
get your,
masses. That means more than one person.
that's what that definition is
No.
implying.
So therefore, more than one person could be racist. So therefore, black people
No.
can be racist.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
What are you talking
Okay, if black people can be racist, okay, if black people can be racist, if they can be racist, where's their institution in their organization or their executive branch of black racism against white so-called white people?
The fact that you keep going down to that branch is insane. Fine, I'll give you one. How they abuse affirmative action.
Who?
No, how they abuse it. I'll give you one.
I mean, who abuse it?
How
You just saying they.
Yes, how a lot of systems, black people and white liberals also abused it to deny other white people or Asian people who was more qualified in a certain position.
Oh, I'm not a liberal. I don't
No,
know
no,
who
no,
you're
no, no, no,
talking
no. That also is a form of it. What I am saying to you is that's not the system. That's people who are in the system that's racist.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you believe that, I respect your right to believe that.
So let me ask
But
you
it
another
doesn't.
question.
But in the real world, that doesn't
If a
qualify.
black person have a job, he owns a company, right? And this black person says, you know what? I'm not hiring white people because they're white. Is that black person racist in his system?
It would be if he can duplicate that in many different factors and functions and infrastructure of a system. And then he can also convince those other black people in such like businesses to do the same thing. Then I can probably agree with that. But that doesn't exist nowhere in America or nowhere on the planet Earth.
So, do you
It
believe
doesn't exist. It
you-
just doesn't exist.
do you believe segregation by race is racist?
Segregation by race. If you have I believe it is if you have the power to enforce it. You had the collective power to enforce it because you would need the government, you would need the federal, state, you would need law enforcement, you would need the medical industry, you would need the economical, political, social, all those industries to fall in line with that law or that agenda. And then, yes, it will be that because why do you think segregation
So
even
by
happened?
that logic,
Why do you
segregation
think
is illegal now, right?
segregation even happened? Why
No,
did it happen?
I get that point.
You
I'm
don't want to
saying-
answer questions.
I
Huh?
do. I get that point. That you probably came to class late, but I already mentioned that it was laws and policies that were racist against black people. And that was one of them.
Wait.
I
Okay,
already
let me
mentioned
show you
that
that. There
point.
was laws against black people. Was it one black people, a group of black people?
I said
Or-
black
or-
people.
Okay, now
I
see,
said
black
this-
people.
I
See,
acknowledged that
that's what
already.
you said. You just said
No,
black
but-
people. So that means an entire collective of black people.
It was
You just
also
said it out your mouth.
No, but you're missing the point, bruh. It was also against Hispanics. It was also against Jewish people, also and
Who?
Italians.
Against who people?
No, Jews and Italians.
Open your
and black-
eyes, brother. Open your eyes. Open
No,
your eyes.
I'm
You can
trying
think
to,
with
I'm,
your
trying
eyes open.
to, I'm trying to get it. Right now, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. I'm closing my eyes to get it straight.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you, bro, yes, that happened, right? And now it's illegal. So therefore, no one can do this legally. So it's illegal,
You
right?
really believe that? You really believe that?
It's literally
No.
illegal, bro.
No, you really believe it. You really believe it. I know you really believe that.
Yes, it's illegal.
Okay.
So I'm saying now, right? So I'm asking you right now, if someone was to implement this system of segregation by race, would that individual and the people who follow them be racist?
Because I came up in segregation, it would have to mirror the same system that I came up with. And yes, it would have to be racist. Yeah, it would be racist. But because I know that don't exist in America and never has existed in America, I don't buy into that. We just can agree to disagree.
All right.
That's all I can say. And I know you're trying to get down to the crux, into some logic and understanding of this. And I think you think as a so-called American that there's justice in America and there's fairness in America if you just follow the precepts of the system. I can tell in your face you truly believe that.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you an example of it happening in the recent years. Listen to this.
We've lost sleep trying to figure out, like, why would a person do this?
Kyla Posey says she was stunned when she learned about classes segregated by race at Mary Lynn Elementary last year. A practice she says was put in place and condoned by Principal Sharon Briscoe.
First, it was just disbelief that I was having this conversation in 2020 with a person that looks just like me, a black woman. It's segregating classrooms. You cannot segregate classrooms. You can't do it.
Posey says she found out the school was putting black students in 2 separate classes with 2 separate teachers. The white kids were placed in 6 classes with 6 different teachers. The parent says she found this out when she let Briscoe know she wanted her child placed in the classroom of a teacher she thought would be a good fit. Posey says the principal said that wouldn't work.
She said that that's not one of the black classes. And I immediately said, what does that mean? I was confused. I asked for more clarification. I was like, we have those in the school? And she proceeded to say that, yes, I have decided that I'm going to place all of the black students in 2 classes.
Posey says she insisted her child be placed in a class with white students. She says Briscoe explained her child would be isolated.
And I explained to her she shouldn't be isolated or punished because I'm unwilling to go along with your illegal and unethical practice.
The Poseys recorded a call with an assistant principal where they complained about the segregated classes. The administrator confirmed it was the principal's decision and seemed to offer an explanation why the classes were set up this way.
You got more black kids too, and then some of them are in a class because of the services that they need.
So
I think that principal did a good job.
So you're a racist.
No, I'm a realist. Some of the greatest strides that black.
No. I asked, was that racist?
No, that was constructive, and it was conducive.
Do me a favor real fast. I need you to look up at this and let the alligator belly neck of yours just jiggle for a second.
Oh no, I don't have it in it.
Just let the alligator belly neck, the rawness of the oldness, jiggle with your stupidity. You're too old to be like this, man. You too old to be a big ass child, man. I got secondhand embarrassment behind this old man. That could be my father. this dude just justified racism, because I guarantee you, if that was a white principal who did that, he'd be like, that's wrong. That's so wrong. YT people racist. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh my Lord, 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 Lord. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like the tree planted beyond the water. We shall not be moved. But then when we do it, I commend that principle. I celebrate today. I'm the Scotsman. He turned to the Scotsman on us just now, which is so sad, man. I'm the Scotsman. He was having a bunch of word salad. Yeah, I'm tired of this shit, bro. So if he's 68 years old, it's a high chance that this old man was teaching younger black people to be racist and how to be racist. He brung out the racist kid. He the type of guy that will lie about a war story to make his racist stories have some type of power to it. This will just be him. Yo, this is me right here. I was going to war back in during my time, man. You know, this in the Civil War. You know, my great granddaddy right here, and then he was going after the Confederate. You know, and it's the game about my life and story, because these people was going against the Confederacy, and they was, you know, back in World War II. You know, my granddaddy once told me that white people used to do things, and you want to see my story, play this game. It got my lineage on this game. For real, granddaddy? For real? They're going to put in Jackal. They didn't have ish to do with his story. My granddaddy was in Jeeps. My granddaddy was in Jeeps. He was fighting statues with missiles coming out the mouth. He was dodging swamps and everything. Daddy blew down little houses to save other black veterans. Anyway, man. I don't even understand. Yo, sometimes I do it to myself, man. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I try to have patience with people, man. Because now it's not about me. It's about getting the story out to people and showing people how people will argue this ridiculous claim. So I like to be patient so everyone can see how hypocritical these people are and how they will bend over backward just to lie. There's some other points that I wanted to address with him, but I couldn't take it anymore, man. He have a YouTube too? Yeah, all right, cool. What's his YouTube? DM me his YouTube, man, because I'm gonna tag him to this clip so you can see how wild he sound on the playback. People like him, you can't teach them nothing. He literally came up here and said, "How old are you?" then say age don't matter. This dude turned to an Aaliyah nigga. Age ain't nothing but a number. Throwing down ain't nothing but a thing.